Okay, on our 135 6-speed, the diff lock here is seized and we can't get him to move up or down. There may be a little movement there, but I think the ideal thing is to free him up. And we're going to pop this shaft and make sure it's clean all the way through. So first up, we'll put a bit of possum pea in there. Your favourite brew. Now on this side of the housing here, you have your brake shaft coming in, the support for your left hand brake, and your brake lever sits here, so this supports that. This has grease nipples in it. It appears some have grease nipples and some don't. I don't know why, what or where about that. And let's, before we I've got the gun on high volume there, we'll try and put it onto high pressure. There we go. Okay, we've got a little bit of grease coming out the back there. And this one here, yeah, look, that's just coming out the hole here, so that's probably not doing us an awful lot of good. So I've got it clamped to a stand here so I can work with it a little bit, but look, there's just nothing there at the moment. So look, what I'll do, if the tractor's still assembled and you haven't got access to both sides here, your only option is to work through here, work it up and down, maybe put a little bit of heat around here, but there'll be a seal in there. And look, it's not hard to pop an axle off. So what we're going to do, in this instance anyway, is there's a pin here, it's a solid pin, and we're going to try and bump that out. Some of these pins are tapered and you have to have a look. If you can see a mark where it was bumped in, well, you go the other way. But I think see the lines on that pin, and then it gets tighter there. So I've actually bumped that right the way through. I should have probably come up from underneath with that, but anyway, what's done's done. Okay, and this soft punch, that's off an old hay bale. That hasn't moved a bit, it hasn't even, this shaft here hasn't moved that way, not a sausage. This is a flat one I use for bumping bearings and that out. We're not quite far enough for that yet. I think I might have just marked that too. Bring him up over here. That's nice and free, the fork. lever.
Okay, and that's the shaft that has, when you start here, as you push the pedal down, it goes that way and it moves the fork there. So can we move it now? No, we can't. Alright, what we'll do now, I'll loosen this bolt off. I'll see if I can come through this way and go back through there. I believe, look, I don't know, but to tell you the truth, but we should be able to go one way or another with that. So I'll grab it. This is 3/4. I'll take the bolt right out. And that's actually on a spline, you can feel the spline, but you do need to take the bolt out because there's a little hole through where it lines up with the shaft. Alright. I think going this way would be best because you don't know what dirt and sludge and that are on that other piece. So I'll push the microphone forward out of the way a little bit and see if we can get any movement. I'll just clear the decks a little bit. Wild man on a hammer here. You don't really want the final drive disappearing on you like that. Perhaps we'll try this way so I can use my body to hold against it. Right, we are moving a little bit. Where's the monitor? Are you in there? Yeah, you're in there. That was tight. And there's the shaft. There's a slight little spline there. Looks like a bush in here. That bush is sticking out this way a little. But I can't. I can't actually feel a grease hole. That grease may not be going anywhere. And there's a lip seal here. So I'll tidy up my hands a little bit. I'll try and bring it all round where you can see it again. Okay. Now there's a little diff lock seal in here. There he is. We'll get ourselves a new one of those. I doubt that I've got that at the moment. I believe that bush should probably be level. There's room in behind the seal here for it to come in level. Give it a little scrape just to have a look.
We can come back a little bit, but let's see if this grease nipple actually greases. Oh, look at that. I may be able to show you if I bring it all around. But in the back here, where that grease is coming out, you can see the bush here in the housing. The grease is coming out between the housing and the bush. It's not actually coming out in the bush. So that's a bit of a stuff up. So what I'll do, I'll get an O-ring pick and I'll see if I can actually find a hole in the bush here. We have a little O-ring pick here, so we're just running up and down the bush. And it appears in the bush, in the centre, there's a grease track. Which is all blocked up with rubbish. Yep, between the two bushes there. So it looks like there's two bushes. I'll have a look at the parts book and be sure. There's the grease nipple. Grease nipple's there, so. No, I cannot feel the hole there. For it to come out, push it in here and to come out the back of the bush, I'm presuming that the bush has a grease track or the housing has a grease track in it. I don't know. I've never had one of these bushes out, I don't believe. Yeah, there's a nice little brass bush at this end. It's a brass bush with little triangles in it, little diamonds for lube. But outside that, there's nothing there. Alright, I'll do a little bit of homework and come back with this. I don't know what it should be like. I haven't bothered to look at the parts manual as yet. This pin's a bit ratty looking. I'll go and wash that up and we'll make our mind up whether it's a good thing or not. I think it would be. Okay, I'll go and wash this up, have a look, and I'll see if I can grab the parts book and have a look there as well. There is, I imagine there's a bush in here, in this housing here, one for this shaft and one for the brake shaft that supports it. That's what we grease here. Okay, leave it with us. I'll come back in a moment. Okay, there's been a bit of a development in the job here. I've gone and given you a kick there. I've gone and cleaned the pin up where there's a bit of rust there, but look, that's not going to worry a diff lock. But look at this here. There's no sign of grease nipples on these tractors. Now I have this is a 6-speed, which is a 66 tractor, I believe, and I have a 71 multi-power. The 71 multi-power has no grease nipples. So what's happened, someone thought they're doing a terrific job putting a grease nipple in the housing, and they've drilled through the housing here straight into the shaft, into the end of the shaft. And what they've also done, if I can find my little spanner here, when they've put this grease nipple in, they've drilled and tapped for the grease nipple. Well, it's probably not a bad idea, these grease nipples. Is that when they've gone down, you can feel the drill hole in the bottom there. They've only gone down to the bush here and no further. They must have thought they'd bottomed out. So, how are we going to deal with this? Easy. We're just going to grab a drill straight down through there and make the grease nipple work. So we just get a little drill, doesn't have to be a big one. If I can hold that straight and not bugger up the threads while I'm drilling, I should be able to drill through that bush hopefully. Well, look, unless it's really hard, so we'll give that a go. And that is hard. That's a brand spanking new drill I'm using. That's why they stopped drilling there. Okay, so this grease nipple is absolutely useless. This one here might help a bit, but look, in our situation, we're going to grease all this up, put a new seal here, grease this up here, this housing here, and it'll be fine. But that grease nipple, I'll probably put a grease nipple back in there just to keep any muck from filling it up, or perhaps I could even pop a bit of Sikaflex or silicone or something down in there. But yeah, that bush, it is hard. Okay, I just thought I'd show you that little bit.